I begged my dad to let me sit down underneath an old Jersey cow with a gallon syrup bucket. He showed me a little bit, and when I finally got a gallon of milk out of this old Jersey cow, he said, "I believe you can milk cows," so then I did that by hand. It was my obligation to do what I was asked to do by the Department of Defense. The Western world was pitted against Russia and the Eastern world, and I guess they expected an atomic war imminently at any time. Individuals have been friends of mine for 50 years, kept saying, "This really didn't happen to you. I can't imagine that happening." Really, I was there, and it was not an hallucination. It wasn't something that was imagined. It was actually happened. Come the 4th of July, we were loading on trains in Fort Lewis, Washington, preparing to go to Camp Desert Rock. The 12th Infantry were sent there to become nuclear battlefield hardened troops. How did they expect at that point how they could harden anyone to radiation? And perhaps they did not have a clue. I knew that I had radiation exposure, but I had no clue of how much.
I know when he had the kidney, and listening and hearing what was ahead of us, my thought was, don't let it destroy us. That live life to the fullest every day, because we don't know. Even ones that don't have cancer, we don't know when our last day is, so we don't want to waste it.
You felt the blast effect almost immediately because it's so forceful and so fast. Before you could feel the back blast, you received the heat just in a snap of a finger. The back blast was so effective, and people maybe kind of relaxed at that point, that it actually knocked them down and rolled them around in a parking lot. You would be covered with dust and dirt. You were not going to get that off of you because we were always dedicated to go on exercises immediately after the blast into the ground zero area, and we might wear those clothes that had the deposits of radioactive dust on them for 3, 4, 6 hours, just depended. It was impossible to know at that point how many ringtons actually penetrated the skin surface and got into the blood system, to the bone marrow, to the nervous system of the body.
So you're seeing Dr. Neal this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I guess that was one of the areas that
This test series was, up to that point, the dirtiest test series of nuclear bombs ever been designed and planned by the Atomic Energy Commission and Department of Defense.
Our government, they use these men for experimental purposes, that didn't protect them. They knew in Japan what happened, how it affected their country and their people, and how it destroyed, evaporated people. And yet they put these guys with no protective gear
In harm's way.
and had them go in ground zero in just an hour or two after it was shot. In 14 shots he was at. Now these other men were telling their stories too. And I thought, my government has caused this for my husband. And I was sick.
I bet.
I was sick of but I've had to come to understanding that, yes, we did not know everything, and they were trying to learn more, and we do foolish things, and that was one of them.
All the exercises that we were involved in was actually a lead up in training of the final test of the series, which was called Smokey. Smokey would be the biggest atomic explosion that had ever been set off, and everybody was really afraid of it because we were staged 19 miles away from it. We were instructed to crouch down and to place these black leather gloves over our eyes and face as best we could. As I placed those gloves over my eyes and sat there, and when I went off, I thought, this is odd. I think I see the bones in my fingers. I was afraid to admit it, and that was something that I left right there and never said anything else about it. I just wanted to forget about it. After '96, when it was declassified, I heard many other people say that they actually had their arm over their eye and could see the bones in their arm. Any person that goes in the military actually becomes a part of what they call military science. There's no question my life's been unique, particularly unique in my experiences of having gone to the atomic test site. Then we get into the things that I've been through with cancer treatments. Yes, I'd say that's unique. I don't think there's anything I can't do or would try to do. I know there is, but show it to me.